Hello guys, we are a couple of weeks away from season 4, 12 days actually. We do not know anything about the new combatants, and the save files that we prepare now, for the most part, are going to be useless when the new season starts and we get the new Chaos Exploration, the new gear, and the full set of the new cards. Uh, Here is how I'm preparing for the new season. There are a few things that I'm doing, and hopefully they will inspire you and give you ideas. And especially when it comes to using our daily energy, for me the most useful thing by far is to farm sortie. The reason is that on day 1 of season 4 we will have a bunch of combatants to build, because it looks like our builds will not be exclusively for one combatant, because if you want to activate those sets of new cards, you need to build 3 combatants with the specific cards that you want. So having a bunch of sortie currency before the beginning of the next patch, when there is also the shop reset, for me is going to be extremely valuable, and every day I'm doing a full run trying to collect all the resources from sortie, so that slowly, a bit at a time, I'm collecting a decent amount of currency. Hopefully, I will have 120 to 150, also depending on when we learn about Arabelle's pre-farm materials. Speaking of Arabelle's pre-farm materials, we do not know anything about her, not even what kind of agent she will be. We only know that she's supposed to be the first one, because that's what Smilegate leaked, air quotes, during the Anime Expo. So farming most of this stuff is going to be a crapshoot. Like, there is going to be someone on Reddit who is giga farming order materials, and then when the patch releases, Arabelle is going to be ordering like, haha, I knew it, but it's actually going to be completely random. What I'm doing is, every now and then I will farm some of the void materials, not because I'm expecting Arabelle to be void, but because I have another combatant that I've been trying to build for a while, which is Kairon. I had pre-farmed Kairon's materials for a while, and then it turned out that I got Faye, so those materials went to Faye. Right now, when I have a bit of spare energy, or there is an event like the double potential materials, like the one that expired just a couple of days ago, I will pick up the void components. If a new combatant is void, I can build him or her. Let's be honest, I can build her right away on day 1. If not, those void materials will go straight to Chiron. Smilegate doesn't color code their combatants. For example, you would expect Yuki and my beloved Magna to be the same element, since they both have some blue details on them, and more importantly, they both have animations that that are associated with ice. But one is order. What is going on? R.I.P. Sir Grandolot. R.I.P. But one of them is order and one of them is justice. So, it's a bit difficult to predict what they will be like. And memory fragments, there is something to be said about them, because we can recycle them. I'm fully expecting in Season 4 to have a new set of memory fragments that is going to fit the new combatants of Memory 4, of Season 4. I would not spend all the daily energy right now just to farm current year fragments, so that I can recycle them and have a bunch of resources to craft the new ones on Season 4. But if you have some combatants that can greatly benefit from, farming some of these, and you want to spend 60, 120 energy a day on fragments, on day 1 of Season 4 you will have the opportunity of throwing all the rubbish away and craft instantly a bunch of memory fragments that they're going to be garbage for the most part, but at least if the set is very relevant, like for example, where is it? The new set, here, this one. If a new set is as relevant as this is for Haidemari, for Arabelle and friends, you want to have it available on day 1, even if the stats are a bit cope, and then, a bit at a time, you look for the correct stats. Talking about things that do not require energy, there are two. One is save file preparation and one is achievement recovery. What I mean by achievement recovery is that I am sure that a lot of people are very far behind with these kind of chaos explorations. These are the explorations, where are they? Oh wait, here it's in archive. That when you do them, you get 1 point here, and you get crystals, every time that you go up in the archive competition. It's quite a decent amount of crystals actually. And if, like me, you are far behind the schedule and you do not have characters to build in terms of save files, because 2 weeks new save files, you could have one of these runs a day and have a few done before the new patch hits. In terms of save files, I'm doing something a bit dodgy. I mentioned in one of my videos that I built Agony Fae. Agony Fae is this thing. It doesn't make a lot of sense, it was just for testing. And I got this weapon, which is on critical hit apply agony, and I gave her the new card with the claim that if the target is in scorched state, you deal extra percent extra attack. 180% extra attack with this thing. Overall, it was nice. I actually got a very good score against the new boss event, but for the most part, for me, it was a way of testing the synergy of the cards and having an idea of how to build them. And if Arabelle is a damage over time character, an agony combatant, and you want to activate 7 claim in your team, there are 2 ways essentially to do it. One is that you have one character with 1 claim and the others have 3 and 3, or you do something like 2, 3, 2. All these options, or anything in between, is going to lead you to have 7 claim stacks. The reason why this is fairly relevant, and it can actually help us to prepare save files for the new season, is that controllers can use all the special cards that we have available right now. For example, if you go to Narya, here, perfect, DOT Season 4 save file. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Let me go to the correct one. Season 4, let's go. What this save file does is it has 1 each of Inquiry, Claim and Control. This means that it doesn't matter what kind of new ability Arabelle wants. Maybe Arabelle will really benefit from 7 Inquiry. I can have Narya with 1 Inquiry and the other 2 combatants with 3 and 3. If she benefits from Claim, I can do the same. If she benefits from Control, I can do the same. And I'm farming in the Chaos Exploration that provides this chest piece, because it's generally useful for every support. Of course, if I had, the Season 3 engravings and all this sort of stuff, it would be a more Omega busted save file instead of using these, which the power level at the moment is fairly questionable. But if on day 1 of a new season, testing new save files, I already have Narya with a build like this, and I have Cassius, I believe, with the same build. Let me check if it's this one. Yep, Cassius with a controller can do the same. Control, Inquiry, Claim. I picked this card. The card that you pick is not very important. I picked Kneel Before Me because it does a bit of everything. But at the end of the day, what I want is have 1 of each of these varieties of cards, and I want ideally gear and cards that can be decent in a support build. I have not touched the cards at all. I just tried to do a few runs until I got a setup that I liked as a potential base for a save file. If we go back to Narya from a minute ago, here, this one is okay. This one, no, it's not okay. I will need to change the base epiphany. Need to change the base epiphany. And so, the save file itself has to be modified. to be optimal. Like usually the one that I prefer is free voracity, the next 2 times that you do voracity, what yada yada, draw 1. Or reduce the cost of 2 cards, draw 1. Or something with action point generation, but usually for Narya I prefer draw. Similarly, I'm missing Divine Epiphanies, I'm missing some stuff, but that is not the point. Like, if you want to have a playable Arabelle on day 1, you can have a few controllers, and I'm trying to build all of my controllers with a save file like this, a 111, before the new season releases. So I will do the same for Tifera, I will do the same for Nia, and day after day, only using the free run, the delegate run, I will try to see if I can get save files that are a little bit better, maybe hitting a better Divine Epiphany, a better setup, a better gear combination. Then on day 1 of season 4 we will see. Like, if all these save files are completely dead in the water, no worries, because, you know, we will have to pre-farm everything no matter what. But if these save files are workable, I saved quite a lot of time, because if we go back to the example of playing the combatants as... let me go to the card. If we go back to the example of the combatants having a setup that is 3-3-1, then Narya already fulfills the 1 for any combatant in the game. This is going to be Arabelle, who I believe is not... a coincidence that her name starts with Ara, and then I will need to build another combatant with the 3 of whatever Arabelle is going to need. I'm expecting that very likely we will need some controllers with the 3 of one kind of card, some controllers who will want a 1-1-1 scenario, but that is something we will only find out in season 4. I believe that doing so is going to save me a bit of time on day 1, and is going to allow me to playtest things a little bit better. And I'm pre-farming specifically, I want to show you my name because I'm terrible with names, and names are my arch nemesis. It's not the blue pot, it's City of Mist. I'm farming in City of Mist because it has a lot of fairly interesting equipment. It has, no, not that one. Not bad. It's not showing it here. Feels bad, man. But irrespective of how the game is trying to scam me, it has this chest piece that drops from the last boss. The drop rate is not guaranteed, but I've seen it quite often. Plus, it has a lot of gear that has synergy with applying vulnerable, agony, weakness, and all the sort of stuff. So I believe that in preparation for season 4, that chaos that I just showed you, and of which I already forgot the name, is going to be fairly valuable, at least for having serviceable save files on day 1. That's my personal hunch. And what did I get on him? Let me check his season 4 save file. Was it this one? Yeah, here they were a bit cope. I don't remember if I got one for Nia, but I believe not. Because I remember starting a run for Nia, and it was absolute trash. Let me see, maybe Futures will Grindelot will definitely remember to cut this part of the video out. Futures will Grindelot will never remember to do so. I might have one with Mika. Let me check. There is a very small chance. Very small. But it's there. It's not there. So I only have those 2. It's possible that it was a save file that didn't really work out, and so I was like, whatever, filled with rage, and I deleted everything. And when you do so, remember that it's not... for supports like Veronica, like they have to be controllers, like the kind of combatant needs to be controller, because we often refer to Veronica as a support, as a draw support, but because she's not a controller, there are some of those cards to which she does not have access. You can still build Veronica, but her save file will have to be something like 3 of one card, or 2 and 1, you know, a mix. You cannot have 1-1-1 in Veronica. You can definitely do it, Because, you do a run with Veronica. You instantly get a repose with Divine Epiphany, one action point. You're like, okay, let's get a day one usable save file for Veronica. But for the strategy of having your combatants with your controllers with a 1-1-1 that makes your day one life a little bit easier, make sure that you stick to controllers because they are the only ones that can do so. And then, of course, if you have not done the story yet, take your time to enjoy the new rewritten story because for me it was quite enjoyable. That is all. That is pretty much what I'm doing in preparation for season 4. Mostly, I'm tapping many sources of in-game currency and in-game potential benefits that I'm hoping will make my life easier on day one of season 4 because there have been times that I pulled for a new combatant. I built her. I had a save file and then I had to do the same for everyone else. And I was not particularly ready on day one to playtest combatants well. This time I'm trying to be one step ahead. So let me know how you're doing with your 1-1-1 save files, and let's see if there will be a decent strat or if I'm just wasting my time. Bye guys and take care.